What is up, team? Welcome back. This video is going to serve as our Polynomial Farm Skills Check Solutions. Once again, that's the Polynomial Farm and kind of how to navigate through that. So there's a lot of questions that were coming around talking about how do you actually work through a problem like this, Hernandez? What do you actually need to do, and how do we make sense of it? And so this video is going to serve as that purpose, kind of talking about what you need. So first and foremost, we have this field here. Okay, this field, or in other words, a farm, and then each of these components to it are the little fields. So our goal for a polynomial farm is to find out different measurements of this farm or of each field. So, for example, the first question, what we're looking at is what is the length of the eastern side of the wheat field? So I even put here, right? I didn't put a compass on this one, but you have north, south, east, and west. So if we're looking for the eastern side of the wheat field, we're actually looking for this length of the field. Now, it's the question mark. Now, we want to find out what that question mark is, but we need to use some context in order for us to figure that out. So, a big portion of a polynomial farm is you tend to be dealing with rectangles, such as this one, or squares. And if we remember, a rectangle has some certain lengths and widths, and the widths of the sides that are parallel with each other are the same, and the lengths of the two parallel sides are the same. And so we use this, and we can see that the length of this eastern side of the wheat field will be the exact same length as the western side of the entire farm, or of the fields for the tacos and the corn. So this question mark will equal the sum of those two sides. So we're going to get x squared plus x minus 18 as the portion of the corn. So I'm going to just write over here corn, one of the side lengths, and then we're going to get plus the length for the tacos, 2x minus 4. So tacos. Okay, so the length of this side for the corn and this side for the tacos added together will give me the entire length of the wheat field. Okay, so for this, we're just going to add them up. And what I like to do is make sure I check, can I and do I need to distribute out this addition sign. Now, luckily with addition, everything comes out to be the same, so I don't need to worry about it so much. And then we can simplify x squared. And then we got x here, 2x here, plus 3x, minus 18, minus 4, minus 22. Okay. So that would be the entire length of the eastern side of the wheat field. So for this, if we were in person, I would have you actually draw this in on your paper itself, so that way we can see that answer and use that moving forward. So I'm going to just rewrite it up here and then move it around. So we have x squared plus 3x minus 22. And this was our answer for the wheat field. Boop. And I'm gonna go like this. And then we're going to move it up here. Okay. So there's the answer for that. Number 2 was a little bit trickier. It required a little bit of extra work, but it said, assume the length of the entire southern side of this field or farm. So in this problem for number 2, we're looking at the entire southern side of the farm. Boom, 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 boom. what would be the length of just the south side of your favorite vegetable field? So I'm just looking for this portion. Okay, so this one's a little bit weird, and for your actual, for your actual problem, I actually gave you this polynomial in uh, in your notes. And so what we're going to need here is the entire southern side. So the entire southern side of the field has this measurement. Okay, and so I'm going to write that a little bit bigger so we can see it a lot better. So that's x cubed minus x squared plus 3x minus 2. And we want to figure out what is just this length here of the southern side of our vegetable field. But there's an issue. We know the whole thing, and we only want this little part. So we need to know what is this and what is this? Well, because this is a rectangle and we can see the other measurements, we know that there's several measurements here. Let me zoom in so that way you can see what I'm talking about. There's several measurements here. The 2x squared minus 4x plus 7 is the same as this opposite length, and this 2x minus 4 is also the same as that opposite length. So what I recommend that students do here to get a better picture is go ahead and write it in if you have a physical version of this. And now we can see that there's 3 different segments. There's a question mark here and then 2 other values. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take all of that information and say that if the entire length of that southern side of the field is this polynomial, then that's equal to these two pieces, excuse me, these two pieces added together plus that last field. So I'll get 2x minus 4 plus a question mark, because I don't know what that is. I would use a variable here, but the problem is we can't put x because we're using x. And so it feels a little bit weird to do it. So I'm going to keep it as a question mark. And then we have 2x squared minus 4x plus 7. And then we can go ahead and simplify. So we have this whole side, x cubed minus x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals. Let's add up the values that we know. So we're going to get 2x minus 4. Can I distribute the plus sign there? Well, for now we can. Plus question mark. Plus. Same thing here. Can we distribute this plus sign? Yes, it doesn't really do much to this. Everything stays the same, so we're okay. Minus 4x plus 7. Simplify that even more. We got a 2x here minus 4x there plus a 2x squared. So I'm going to start with the 2x squared. We got minus 2x here with the positive 2x and the minus 4x. And then we have a negative 4 and a positive 7, which is plus 3 plus a question mark. Okay. Now gets to the fun part where we now need to use our subtraction skills. So we have x cubed minus x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals all of this over here. Now, yes, there is a polynomial here. You can see it right there that we can subtract with the other side. But for a problem like this, there's a couple different ways you can go about it. We want the question mark by itself. And so in order for us to get the question mark by itself, we got to subtract all the different parts here in this problem. Okay. So if this is the full length, we are going to subtract out what we have here and then figure out to ourselves what is it that is equal to this remaining polynomial. So I'm going to subtract this 2x squared, the whole thing, and I'm going to subtract that with its counterpart here, 2x squared. Now while we're at it, I'm also going to add out the 2x to get rid of that, plus 2x to get rid of that. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to subtract 3 to get rid of the 3. I'm going to subtract 3 to get rid of the 3. And then all of these will cancel. And then on this side, I'm left with x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 5 equals question mark. So that southern side of the field is going to equal this polynomial right here. So this would be the southern side of your vegetable field. Okay. So that's one of the problems that cause some students some difficulties. It just requires some extra steps to go through. And once you get the hang of it, then it turns into a pretty straightforward problem. Okay. So with that, we are ready to move forward to go to the next two questions, which have to do with multiplication. Okay. So question number 3 says, what is the area of the taco field? The taco field is right here. I'm going to redraw it for us. Boom, 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 boom. We got tacos. It's 2x minus 4. 2x minus 4. We can see that this is a square. Both the length and the width are the same. So in order to multiply these, there's two ways that you can do it. The first way is doing the area model that we did before. So having some values here, 2x minus 4, 2x minus 4. And we're just multiplying these out. So we got 2x and 2x is 4x squared. 2x and minus 4 is negative 8x. Same thing down here, negative 8x. And then negative 4 and negative 4 is a positive 16. And to rewrite this answer, you just rewrite all of the components. 4x squared minus 8x minus 8x plus 16. And then you can simplify it to 4x squared minus 16x plus 16. And then we'll be good to go. Okay, so that's one way you could do it. This is known as the area model. Okay, and this helps out some students visualize what's going on. Okay, the other model that you can do is the FOIL model, and that's where you just straight up multiply 2x minus 4 multiplied with 2x minus 4. And it's all about just multiplying all the values. So I'm going to multiply the first values, which is the f in FOIL first. So 2x and 2x is 4x squared. And then I'm going to multiply the o's, the outer values, or the outside values. I get minus 8x. Then I'm going to come in here and multiply the inside values. Inside. I get the same thing, minus 8x. And then finally, the last values in each of the parentheses. So first is the first terms in the parentheses. Outer are the most outside terms in the parentheses. Inside are the two that are closest together. And then last are the last terms in the polynomial, okay, which is plus 16. And then you're left with the same answer. So 4x squared minus 16x plus 16. Okay, cool. Number 4, there's two ways to also do this one. This says, what is the area of the taco field and the cornfields combined? Well, the first way, so I'm going to call this method 1. You could find the area of the tacos plus the area of the corn. Because you know all of these lengths, we just found the area of the tacos up here. So then you can just multiply it out, find the area of the corn, and then add those together. That would work out, and you'd get your right answer. For this case, though, I'm going to go to method 2. Because we also know, based off of a previous problem, that this entire length here of the taco and cornfields is equal to this polynomial. We found that in question number 1. So you can do the western side. And we know that that equals x squared plus 3x minus 22. And then we know the southern side of this. We already found that here because it's the same as the northern side. So you can use either of those names, northern or southern, but we already know what that is, 2x minus 4. And then we can just multiply those two values together because that would give us the entire length of the entire area of both fields combined. So for this, I'm going to do just the area model. Okay. You split up the number of cells given the number of terms for each polynomial that you're multiplying. And then we can continue. So I'm going to use orange. I got 2x, x squared, 2x cubed, plus 6x squared, minus 22x. I got x squared, negative 4, negative 4x. Negative 4 and 3 is negative 12x. Negative 4 and 22 is negative 88. Positive 88, sorry, because the negative multiplied with the negative is a positive. And then just like before, we're going to take all those values, put them together. So we have 2x cubed plus 6x squared minus 22x. Oops, I made a mistake here. Down here, it's negative 4x squared. So I'm going to fix that in just a second. So I got negative 4x squared minus 12x plus 88. And then we can simplify like terms. So we have an x squared here, x squared there. We have an x there and an x there. So let's combine them. We have 2x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x squared is plus 2x squared minus 34x plus 88. And this is the area of tacos and corn. Okay. So let me zoom out so that way you can take a look at the whole thing. And that's how you kind of go about a polynomial farm. Adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials is what the name of the game is. And so if you have any difficulties, then bring them up to class and we can talk about them. Okay, awesome. I'll see you all next time.